So it's not that we have the wrong price. No. All right, we got this First Solar FSLR just hit an all-time bottom down here. At what price? Well, how about that? $50.48. It's moving very rapidly right now. We can see that First Solar now pimping up itself off of that bottom. I still don't have a report, but I had that drop down bid at that right price. And we're not looking to get manipulated. We're looking just to make money. So here's what I'm going to say. Until we get that update on the actual earnings, we're going to look at skill on that bottom. Once again, after hours, it's live, it's here, it's now. Even if we would have got hit, we'd be making money. So we're going to try to get that lower dip. Here we go. We got the report. First Solar preliminary number was 89 cents versus the 99 cents Capital IQ consensus. Yes, we had major bottoms put in down there, but we got out of the way and we would have been wholesale. But based on this report, we're simply not going to do that. What we will do, though, if the stock can get down to $47.50 right now. We got it right now, right here, right now. So yes, there is a place that we could buy it. And I can tell you right now, that's going to be $46 just by reading the report. It would be worth $46 for us to buy that trade. And yes, we would go 500 shares live right now. And yes, we're not going to buy that dip down here right away because as I read the earnings report, here's the thing. They're missing. And because of those misses, which is much wider than even I thought, but once again, this particular name, we will go $46.70. That's what First Solar would be worth by what I'm reading in that report. And yes, we said 46.7 and I get to be wholesale. Let us not forget that it was at a much higher price before. So yes, it was. And once again, we want to get that in there. So we canceled those to get out of the way as we did. So let's just take a look and see. I'm going to get more information. This is that low. This thing could drop down below 46. It's a disappointment. So we're going to confirm it. So it's down $5.83 at the current level. So what I do have on the First Solar, people need to understand one thing. They missed that preliminary number by 10 cents as far as I'm concerned. Not only that, the revs are 768 million versus 976.25 million Capital IQ consensus estimates. Now, having said that, First Solar was a bellwether. It moved from $25 a share up last year because they came in and they beat those earnings, and for several quarters they were given upside guidances. And yes, the stock is having a small little rebound after getting cremated here. But let us know one thing. If we're going to buy something and hold it overnight, it has to have growth. So a lot of times what happens in these names, they'll drop them down to buy them. And if the report is not bad, then we buy the dips. But in this case right here, it's a very disappointing number. Therefore, we're going to have to find out a whole lot more about First Solar. Right now, we are not going to buy it at any price. We'll take a look and see what they have to say on the conference call. Yes, it's down $5 in after hours. And this is the trade. You can see it right here. $52. You can also see it right here in the chart. Here, take a look right here. So this is that big spike down. That's that spike up. And once again, that report is very bad. So we're going to have to get more discoveries. Right now, they missed by 10 cents. That I know. Another thing, they're going to guide Q1 EPS below consensus, revs below consensus, and guides fiscal 14 revs in line. So there is just too much going on with this guidance that We're not looking at buying this thing now. No. If it ever got back down to $37 to $40 a share by reading a report, that's what it would be worth. Not only that, they are also telling us that they could not get enough done, and the downside of the EPS is 50 to 60 cents, excluding non-recurring items. But here's the catch. Guess what? That's 50 to 60 cents versus 88 cents. That is a huge miss. They see Q1 revs up 800 million to 900 million versus what? That is way lower than anything could have happened in First Solar, because they're looking at 800 to 900 million versus 905 million. Now, the problem is that these dips are only buyable when these stocks get crushed, as they are. So let's just take a look here. I can say wholeheartedly that we would be buyers once it got down to 45.50 in the next week or so. That would take that stock, that price level would bring in those earnings right there. So once again, we're going to look for broader weakness in other stocks. And what are those stocks going to be? I'll show you. They're going to be like SCTY that reported after hours earnings last night. And you can see right here that Solar City went up to 83.79. That means that the Solar City business is a whole lot better than First Solar. Remember, First Solar was a $300 stock a few years ago. And ever since then, it's been disappointing the last couple quarterly earnings. So we're going to focus ourselves on better companies like Solar City that traded from $76 to $83 today. If given the opportunity at $45, we'll buy.